but we were there to play board games. And that's why I want to talk about some of the games that really Jeff demoed for us in a lot of ways. Jeff is, if he was not the Imperial Commissar, he would be the game master, Jeff Budd, for sure, because he has such a wide array and such a great collection of the most awesome board games. And you're working on one yourself, Davis, as well.
And pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and you brought down Robinson Crusoe. So why don't we? I don't know. Why don't we just go over some of the games that we played and what you liked? I think most notably a callback to our highest rated Best Damn Nerd Show episode, Shadows of Brimstone episode. Davis, you finally got to partake. We were doing Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress, which neither Jeff, Mark, myself, and you, as this was your first time playing Brimstone, had played. So it's set in a fantasy Japan setting where, all this darkstone and mutations and demons and monsters and stuff are coming through. And Brimstone is such a great role-playing board game to play. It's the characters that you get to choose from, the things that happen in the game. It is oftentimes like the game knows. There's a specific moment when I definitely want to talk about that really made for a great comedic experience in terms of what we were experiencing and literally going through. But your overall, well, let me set the scene. So we're in feudal Japan. Mark is playing a wandering samurai character. Jeff is playing a ninja assassin. I decided to play the traveling monk, and you went with the sorcerer. So that was our group setting out to save the world. What did you think of your experience playing Shadows of Brimstone?
It was so much
Forbidden
fun.
Fortress.
Yeah, no, Forbidden Fortress, and you guys had talked about the cowboy Western setup before, so this was new, and I love the time period. I love the outlet. I think I would definitely love to see the Western one at some point. But there's such an array of characters to pick from that for me, I had to go against the grain a little bit because I saw what the rest of the group was doing. So I thought we needed a little bit more range and support. So I went away from like my bruiser attacker and went with the sorcerer. So that was fun to actually dive into a different type of character I usually go with.
It's funny that you say that because in the lead up to it. So in the night before you got there, I chose traveling monk. Mark had already chose wandering samurai, and Jeff already knew he was going to be the ninja. And I was sort of speculating on who I thought you would choose. And I really loved all of our choices in general, just because it was kind of an eclectic group of heroes, which just makes for good narrative and everything like that. So I really appreciate that. But I would have bet dollars to donuts that you would have gone with the sumo or the Yakuza,
sure. No, it was definitely on the ledge, and I was probably definitely leaning closer to sumo because it just sounded like so much fun. But
I knew that would appeal to you. It was sort of the absurdity of it too.
It was too on the nose, I felt like. So, but I did end up really liking what my character was turning into and the brief backstory I had. So it was good. It was a lot of fun. But we got through 3 campaigns, 3 trips back into the village.
Yeah.
So we played it quite a bit, and because they're not short, and it was, if there was one ongoing thing that was going on throughout our weekend, it was that James typically took the brunt of injuries. And it was ongoing, and it started with Shadows of Brimstone. And
I think specifically in Shadows of Brimstone, my traveling monk had a bad time, but I mean, I had a good time playing him, but stuff can go sideways in Shadows of Brimstone pretty quickly. So yeah,
very quickly.
My monk got a crushed arm, which then when I tried to get it operated on, it became permanently crippled. And it was kind of bad. What else happened to him? Well, a lot of bad things seemingly happened to the monk character. And the only downside, and I was also rolling terribly later on when we were playing, and I decided when I lost, it didn't lose the arm, but when it was made me less effective in combat, I was like, oh, well, I'll just go healer because that is one of the things that monk can do. But my movement rolls were such trash that like I couldn't keep up with you guys. Like that's the, I think if I had a regret, it's like I should have done something to sort of boost my movement, because you guys all had something that boosted your movement, whether it was you flying as the sorcerer or Mark's samurai sandals or Jeff's ninja speed and everything like that. I was the slowpoke of the group, and that was the only thing that ever I was like, God, I can't even help at certain times,
Yeah, when you were carrying, you have to have this lantern in the group, and somebody has to be carrying it.
Isn't the worst thing for the slowpoke to have. It's
right.
But it's not the best either. It's just, I would, especially later on, was rolling terribly. But we have joining us. Let's add him to our goings on here.
Yes.
Chief Science Officer, Star Labs, Mark Truex. How's it going, buddy?
Doing good. Respect, boys.
Respect.
What a morning surprise here. How nice. How lovely.
Yeah. If we are recording in the morning, which
who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah.
The daylight is throwing things off.
Yeah, we're talking Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress, Mark. So
yeah.
Tell us about what did you think about it?
Dude, I loved it. Shadows of Brimstone is amazing. And the fact that we finally got to play a campaign with all four of us and in a brand new world that none of us has played is awesome. Just anything kind of folklore-y, samurai tale, feudal Japan sort of stuff. I'm in. Legend of the Five Rings vibes, hard.
Strong L5R vibes in the game, too, which I super appreciated. Which is a big reason why I chose to go with Monk, because it reminded me very much so. Clan? No, big Dragon Clan guy, you idiot.
Phoenix Clan. Mystics.
I destroyed the Phoenix Clan in that tournament. But anyway, that's what led to my choice. But the lore of this game is the dragons that the monks had imprisoned, the big bad escapes, kills them all, they're scattered about and everything. And which is why narratively I was totally fine with what happened to my monk, because in the story of the game, they're already just getting it just pounded left and right from the lore of the game. So I didn't mind that so much, but it was hilarious that I sustained the injury and then trying to get it fixed. I think I got rebuffed on the first day, got half my money back. And then the next day I went to go get it healed, because that's how town visits work. It's done in days, and you only get a certain amount of actions you can do. When I went back, just the complete botching of the surgery that left it permanently crippled. I was like, well, guess I'm a healer.
Town was not very friendly to us, and you guys had hyped up Town quite a bit, and it seemed like it did nothing but hurt our group.
Town's the best part of the game, in my opinion.
Town's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you were gambling. You were making money hand over fist.
I did do some gambling. I think our last trip to Town was the most beneficial, but I mean, we were in there our first two times, and it seemed like
I got kicked out of the town on the first. I couldn't even do anything.
It's because you won't stay in the hotel.
I'm a simple monk. I'm a man of modesty.
That's why you get roughed up.
Yeah.
I mean, even after our first trip, we tried to go to the hospital pretty much, and Demon Warrior showed up and closed the place down. We got half our life taken away. So it was pretty brutal start. I
like that I get really into the role-playing of Shadows of Brimstone, so I was trying to throw out little, pearls of wisdom and everything as the monk, or reading the cards. I get very into the reading of what's going on in the scenarios. And Mark, you're such a psychopath and just a greedy freaking loot hound. You're like, come on, make with the what's happening, as I'm trying to sort of weave the tale. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, is you essentially told me to shut up when I was reading what was going on in the game.
If you don't get loot, you don't progress. You need the loot, you need artifacts, you need gold, you need Darkstone. Without it, you're screwed. So
we were getting our share.
Dude, my first adventure before getting to level up, I felt like I was just dragging as a wandering samurai, just going can I stab you? Please. And being very ineffective. As soon as I leveled up, I was just murking fools left and right.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It finally came to form.
I will say, in terms of characters that I've seen in the game play out and what I've heard from Jeff, and until Forbidden Fortress, I'd only played as the Gambler, which I love. That's definitely a great class of character. And I've seen Jeff's Sawbones character, but he's told me about, other ones like the Bandito and the Drifter and stuff like that. That Ninja Assassin is the apex killing machine of Shadows of Brimstone that I have ever seen. Moves so fast, hits so hard. It's a little bit of a glass cannon, but everything's dead usually before it gets a chance to even hit back. So like that, the Ninja Assassin, I think is a that is a top tier character for sure. Like right from the jump, he was killing things left and right.
Yeah, being able to throw the ninja stars as he goes in was pretty critical.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
I liked my extra ability where I was basically able to jump in and get basically strikes right off the bat. And in doing so, getting a combo, doing multiple attacks and hitting multiple targets. And once I was finally strong enough and it actually worked, it helped a lot.